Welcome to my class of cyber security. Today we will learn about phishing. Phishing is the crime of deceiving people into sharing sensitive informations like password and credit card number. As with real phishing, there is more than one way to reel in a victim, but one phishing tactic is the most common. Victims receive a malicious email, also called malspam, or a text message that imitates or spoofs a person or organization they trust, like a co-worker, a bank, or a government office. When the victim opens the email or text, they find a scary message meant to overcome their better judgment by fitting them with fear. The message demands that the victim go to a website and take immediate action or risk some sort of consequence. Phishing is a method of trying to gather personal information using deceptive emails and website. Phishing is the fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information such as username, password, and credit card details by distinguishing oneself as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication, typically carried out by email spoofing or instant messaging. It often directs users to enter personal information at a fake website which matches the look and feel of the legitimate site. It is a method of trying to gather personal information using deceptive emails and websites. Phishing is a cyber attack that uses disguised email as a weapon. The goal is to trick the email recipient into believing that the message is something they want or need. A request from their bank, for instance, or a note from someone in their company, and to click a link or download an attachment. What really distinguished phishing is from the message takes, the attackers masquerade as a trusted entity of some kind, often a real or possibly real person or a company the victim might do business with. It is one of the oldest types of cyber attack, dating back to 1990s, and it is still one of the most widespread and pernicious, with phishing messages and techniques becoming increasingly sophisticated. Phishing is a example of social engineering technique being used to deceive users. Users are often lured by communications purporting to be from trusted party such as social website, auction site, bank, online payment processor, or IT administrators. Attempt to deal with phishing incident include legislation, user training, public awareness, and technical security measures. The latter being due to phishing attack frequently exploiting weaknesses in current web activity. Attempts to deal with phishing incident include legislation, user training, public awareness, and technical security measure. The latter being due to phishing attack frequently exploiting weakness in current web security. Phishing is a form of fraud in which an attacker masquerades as a reputable entity or person in email or other forms of communication. Attackers will commonly use phishing emails to distribute malicious link or attachment that can perform a variety of functions. Some will extract login credential or account information from victims. Fish is pronounced just like it is spelled, which is to say the word fish. The analogy is of an angler throwing a baited hook out there and hoping you bite. The term arose in the mid 1990s among hackers aiming to trick AOL users into giving up their login information. The PH is a part of tradition of whimsical hacker spelling and was probably influenced by the term phreaking, an early form of hacking that involves playing sound tone into telephone handset to get free phone calls. How phishing works. Phishing attack typically rely on social networking technique applied to email or other electronic communication method. Some methods include direct message sent over social network and SMS text messages. Phishers can use public source of information to gather background information about the victim's personal and work history, interest and activity. Typically through social network like LinkedIn, Facebook and Twitter. These sources are normally used to uncover information such as names, job title and email addresses of potential victim. The information can then be used to craft a believable mail. How to recognize a phishing email? Successful phishing messages are difficult to distinguish from real messages. Usually, they are represented as being from a well-known company, even including corporate logos and other collected identifying data. However, there are several clues that can indicate that a message is a phishing attempt. These include the message uses subdomain, misspelled URLs, typo squatting, or other suspicious URLs. The recipient uses a Gmail or other public email address rather than a corporate email address. The message is written to invoke fear or sense of urgency. The message includes a request to verify personal information such as financial detail or password. The message is poorly written and has spelling and grammatical error. The availability of phishing kit makes it easy for cybercriminals, even those with minimum technical skills, to launch phishing campaigns. A phishing kit bundles phishing website, rock and tools that need only on installed in a server. Once installed, all the attacker need to do it and send out emails to potential victim. Couple of sites keep cross-secured list of known phishing kits. Phishing techniques. Email phishing scams. Email phishing is a number game. An attacker sends out thousands of fraudulent messages, can net significant information and sums of money, even if only a small percentage of recipient fall out the scam. As seen above, there are some techniques attackers use to increase their success attack. First one, they will go to great lengths in designing phishing message to mimic actual emails from a spoofed organization. Using the same phrasing, typefaces, logos and messages appears legitimate. Second is spear phishing. Spear phishing targets a specific person or enterprise. It opposed to random application user. It is more depth version of phishing that requires special knowledge about an organization and including its power structure. An attack might play out as follows. A proprietor researches name of employees within an organization, marketing department, and gains access to the latest project invoices. How to prevent phishing? Phishing attack protection requires step-by-step taken by both users and enterprise. For users, vigilance is a key. A spoofed message often contains subtle mistake and enjoy its true identity. These can include spelling mistake or changes to domain name, as seen in the earlier URL example. User should also stop and think about why they are even receiving such an email. For enterprises, a number of steps can be taken to mitigate both phishing and spear phishing attacks. Two-factor authorization 2FA is the most effective mean for countering phishing attack, as it adds an extra information layer when logging into a sensitive application. 2FA replies users on two things: something they know, such as a password and username. Even when employees are compromised, 2FA prevents the use of their compromised credential, since these alone are insufficient to gain entry. Thank you for watching.